Game 3 against the Commodores tonight. Welcome into Pregame Tomahawk Talk. I'm Ariel joined by Lyle Allenstein. The Braves will play Falmouth for the third time this season here at Gov Fuller Field. But before we get into the game, let's talk a little bit about a draft recap.
Yeah, really successful 2025 MLB draft for former Brave alumni. They had 4 first-round picks headlined by Liam Doyle. You had Merrick Houston go there. The 4 first-round picks were the largest amount that the Cape League had. And then you had 27 total guys go off the board. A couple of guys from this year's squad that you saw time. Derek Smith, Jonathan Stevens, Bryce Molinaro. Really successful stuff from the Braves alumni this year's draft.
Remind me last time what happened with this team when we were at Gov Fuller Field last.
Yeah, 8-6 loss, but leading up to that, you're amongst that losing streak that they struggled with. But that was the first time you really saw the bats come alive. After that, you saw 7 runs against Orleans, 10 against YD. You had that 12 against Hyannis during that winning streak that the Braves had. But they've struggled as of late. But, it's a familiar field where they saw some success with the bats, and hopefully they get it going again tonight.
Well, thanks for joining me, Lyle. We'll have some more pregame coverage, and first pitch will be at 6 p.m. tonight. Continuing on pregame, I'm now joined by our play-by-play broadcasters, Adam Gawkin and Devin Jarvis. Devin, we're coming off the off day yesterday. It's a great day to reset, get back in the win column.
Absolutely. I think this Bourne team has been playing in weeks, not really games. They've had a good week. They've had a bad week. Last week wasn't a great week, so you're hoping that this one can start well against Falmouth, a team they've been in games against, just hasn't been able to find the win against. So hopefully a great week ahead, a shortened one with the All-Star break on Saturday.
We've seen him on the mound before, but not starting yet for the Braves, Jonathan Stevens.
Yeah, he's been probably the most interesting pitcher that we've seen here in Bourne over the last couple of years. We don't need to say the story again, but has not pitched yet in college, has been exceptional during the summer. He's got a 0.82 ERA so far this summer, 11 innings, has given up just 1 run, but no starts. And he really hasn't started before because last summer, when he was with the Bethesda Big Train before he came up here, he was only reliever. He did get a couple starts, but it was a spot start and one because there was no one else available. So, we'll see what he can do in the starting role for the first time in a while. But, he's been nothing but spectacular so far this summer. So we have to imagine that he's going to be really good on the mound once again.
And we already have the lineup tonight, and it's looking pretty similar to what it was in the first few weeks of the season.
Yeah, very similar. Logan Hughes didn't really play much last week. He's back in the starting lineup, but very interestingly, John LeGrande slots back up to lead off. Coach likes to go back to basics when things aren't working out. He likes to develop that small ball identity, and he's going back to a lineup that was really familiar to this core squad a couple weeks ago. You see that come out today, and hopefully with the small change, things can change in the win column, and the Bourne Braves can get back to their winning baseball ways.
Well, first pitch against the Commodores will be at 6 p.m. here at Gov Fuller Field. Ariel now joined by assistant coach Anthony Barone. Coach, what goes into getting back in the win column tonight?
I think just playing clean baseball, getting out of the first inning with limited damage, and having good at-bats all the way to the end.
You guys are coming off the off day yesterday. How does that help the team reset for tonight's game?
I think it's huge. I think the day off is important for everybody to get away from the game. We lost a few games in a row, so the off day kind of gets you a time to reset.
And you've been playing a lot of streaky baseball, winning a lot, losing a lot. How does that affect the morale of the team?
I think you just got to keep the vibes up, and it's summer ball, and it's long, so when you get going, you want to keep the vibes up, keep the energy up, and when you play for each other, that's a lot easier.
And what about this Falmouth team specifically are you looking out for tonight?
Just doing damage early in the count. They throw a lot of strikes. All their arms are pretty competitive, so we got to get fastballs and hit fastballs. That's pretty much it.
Thanks for joining me. Good luck tonight.
Of course. Thank you so much.